not seeing it. Oh, not seeing it. Alright. Alright guys, today I'm here to show you how to ride, maintain, and keep yourself safe when riding four-wheeler. I guess one of the first things that I would definitely check over before you go riding is check your tires. Low tires can cause flipping abilities and all around bad situations. Give your tires a little push, hold the rim, push the tires. Good. Make sure your tires spin freely. No issues. Go up front, push them. Good. Alright. Next thing I would tell you to check over is check your A-arms. Your A-arms are located right here. They they basically keep your tires straight, make sure that they're able to turn, and things of that nature. Bent A-arms, broken A-arms cause the four-wheeler to roll, and bad turning abilities, which can cause you to crash, drive into trees, die in the ocean, whatever you want to say. Check your shocks. Your shocks are very important. Front and back shocks are very important. With no front shocks or back shocks, blown out, too stiff, too tight, too loose, they can cause you really bad situations with rolling again. Another thing is, check your chain. Make sure your chain's not too loose, not too tight. This chain's pretty much dead on for looseness and tightness. When the chain's all the way down, you should be able to see about 2 or 3 teeth being pulled off the sprocket. The sprocket's located right here. So your sprocket looks good. Alright, the next thing you need to check over in a situation like this, before you go riding for your first time, is check your gas. Your gas may be a deep gas tank, so you may need to pull it off, give it a little shake. If you can hear anything, then you should be good. I suggest going for long rides, refill, make sure you fill to the brim. Do a short ride around the yard or things of that nature, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Next thing you check, always make sure you have extra, maybe some rope, a spark plug and things, just in case you ever get stuck and you need it. Another thing you know to check, make sure your back brakes work. Spin your tires, push your brake lever down, make sure that it works. Brakes are looking good. Move up to the front here. Take your tires, spin them, grab the brake. Looks like brakes are working good. Alright, let's move on to some safety gear. If you're doing mild riding, maybe around the yard or some even short trail rides, really the only thing I suggest, helmet, some goggles, and gloves. Gloves help a lot with riding. Your hands get very, very, very worn out from grabbing these grips all day. They hurt. And, you know, it's just bad news, not fun stuff. Helmet, obviously great for protecting your head. Goggles, make sure you have the right kind of goggles. Wrong kind of goggles, can't always see, they're too tinted too dark, not good. I prefer the orange, brings the color out in things, gives you good visibility. Okay, next thing is, basically, how to ride a four-wheeler now. So, when you're riding four-wheeler, you always want to make sure you're sitting in the most comfortable position for you. You don't want to be sitting too far back on the seat though, or too far forward. Sitting too far back, bad because you don't have a tight grip on the handlebars, you can lose it, fall off, four-wheeler crashes, something like that. Sitting too far forward, you hit a bump too hard with the back end, you can go right over the handlebars, get run over by your own four-wheeler. I've done it myself once, it's not the funnest thing in the world. So now, when you ride a four-wheeler, you always want to make sure you have a firm grip on both sides of the handlebars. When you're riding, for you guys, first timers, the clutch, to basically ride a clutch four-wheeler, you use this to stop yourself and get yourself going. The four-wheeler, with this in, doesn't matter how much gas you're giving it, will not move any gear, any amount of gas, nothing like that. For a four-wheeler, you need to pull your clutch in when you're starting. This is for when you start. Push your clutch down, that's your first gear. As you get better at this, you won't do it as much, but you slowly let your clutch out. Just very slowly, not very much. Very slowly. You start out here, let it go, let it go, let it go, and you're going. While you're letting your clutch go, though, you want to make sure that you're giving it as much clutch as you're giving it gas. So you want to let them both out very evenly, and that'll give you a very good start. Then after that, once you're going, it doesn't matter how fast you pull or release your clutch. You pull it in, pull up the second, let it go and keep going. Now, when you come into a stop, pull your clutch in, push your brake, and basically just roll to a stop. Then push your clutch down until it can't go down anymore. Pull it up half of a click, and that's your neutral. You can tell neutral's there when your tires and back axle spin freely. Stopping while it's in gear and letting the clutch go too fast will result in the four-wheeler dying or jerking very hard. Letting the clutch go too fast will result in it grabbing the gear too fast and setting you up on a wheelie and flipping you over. Always make sure too, you know where your gas is. Up top is gas on, over here is gas off, and reserve is on the bottom. Four-wheelers always should have reserve just in case of issues with being stuck out by yourself and you need to get somewhere. Always make sure too, you know how to use the four-wheeler properly. In this situation, this four-wheeler has reverse. For this one, push the lever down, pull it in, pull this up, and that's your reverse. Always make sure you know how to use this before you leave, so that if you ever need to use it, you're not stuck out there by yourself, lifting and heaving a big beast of a four-wheeler that you can't do in the first place by yourself. So, alright guys, well that's pretty much how to ride a four-wheeler and how to maintain / take care of. I hope you guys enjoyed. Always change your oil on the four-wheeler every 4 or 5 rides, depending on how long they are. Oil is everything. No oil, bad motors. So make sure you guys, check everything over, ride safe, and have fun.